Hey, this is Greta Van Fleet.
And we're here with Anti-Hero
Online.
So, Carolina Rebellion 2018, how are you guys feeling playing this show?
I'm pretty refreshed, pretty energized, pretty ready for the day.
Oh yeah, I'm ready for the day now. Hiking shoes on, go climb some rocks. It'd be great. Yeah.
Not gonna lie though, I'm a little warm.
It was a little hot out there.
I liked it though.
But it was quite temperate, at the end of it.
Yesterday we were in Atlanta and it just started pouring rain.
Yeah, we didn't get rain here.
I don't think rain's in the forecast, is
No.
it? Knock on wood.
I don't think so. I don't think so. We
Okay.
might get a little bit later on in the night, but who knows?
Uh-oh. Well, we'll just say we aren't.
Yeah, we'll just figure.
You guys had a really large crowd that gathered out there to watch you guys perform.
That was pretty crazy.
The crowds have been building and building throughout y'all's career. How, as musicians and kids that are still kind of new to the industry, how is that making you feel seeing these crowd sizes just growing?
I think it's incredible. I think the message of the music is getting through. I think a lot of people are getting excited about it, and I think it's an incredible environment when everybody gets together to watch Greta Van Fleet, and I think we really feed off that energy, and everything just gets energetic, flies up in the sky.
There's a lot of truth to feeding off of a crowd, and obviously when they're getting larger, there's a lot more to feed.
Especially when they're all on each other's shoulders.
Yeah,
flying, crowds
absolutely.
Yeah.
And what is your favorite moment from the performance that you guys just did?
The drum solo.
Yeah, it's everybody's favorite, the drum solo. I don't know. I think the whole experience was really incredible. It felt very at home. Getting up on stage.
Almost too at home.
Almost too at home. Like something's gonna go wrong.
And after Rebellion, you guys have a lot of sold-out shows ahead of you guys. And it seems like every time you announce a new date, the show is sold out. Like, how are you guys kind of adapting to this newfound fame that has kind of happened overnight?
We're just rolling with the punches.
Yeah.
We're just rolling with the punches, James.
Absolutely.
I think we have the right mindset for it, and we don't consider ourselves better than anybody else. There's no reason why we should be famous. It's just I don't know. It's kind of weird now that I'm thinking about it.
We're not personally super into the whole media kind of world, so I think that kind of acts as a benefit in the fact that we're not too deep into it. We're here to focus on what we need to do, and we do it.
Yeah, that's a dangerous thing actually for musicians, for any artist. I think being too aware of what people think of you is a big issue, because then your creative identity that you consider yourself is gone.
Yeah.
But everything so far has been absolutely fantastic. Very, very loving people, great fans.
Yeah.
And speaking of that creative identity and trying to carve out your own kind of section of the pie, there's a lot of comparisons to some of the older bands that have come before you guys.
Definitely.
How do you guys kind of react to that? I know in a way it's got to be somewhat humbling, but in the same time, you guys are trying to create your own identity.
It's kind of cool because I personally believe that in this world today, that's a very, very difficult sound to achieve, and I think we share a lot of similar influences to those bands, and it's in a way it's kind of humbling to receive that kind of attention.
Definitely, we grew up with
Because it's a hard sound to really find.
Yeah, I think it's. I think the thing about it, why people respond to it is we put everything into it. Like a live performance, we put everything into our studio work, and I think people really respond to that. And I think it's great that everybody's so excited about what we're doing. And we have an album coming out.
We do.
Oh, so you guys have a full length coming out?
Yeah.
We do. Yeah, this is the first full length that we're going to consider an album. Yeah, we're considering this number one.
Yeah, this is number one.
Yep.
Yeah, because that's one of the questions I was going to ask you guys. You released a couple of EPs throughout the past year or so, and I was wondering when the full album would come out.
It's in the works.
It's in the works. It's actually very much in the works, which is exciting.
So keep your eyes peeled.
And how has the creative process been with this? I know you guys are on the road a lot.
Yeah.
How do you guys kind of find the time to get into the studio and create the music?
This album was kind of unique because a lot of the stuff was already written, and I think when we first started going into the studio to work on this, we kind of worked on those songs first, and I think that was a great warm-up / transition into the newer content that we've been writing, and I think that had a big part to do with it. But
Definitely, yeah.
I think the creative process has been pretty steady, though. I think overall for us.
Yeah, I think because a lot of the time, like when you're doing show after show after show, day off, show after show after, there's no time that you want to like sit back with an acoustic and create.
Yeah.
So I find it important to have other creative outlets to deal with those kind of things. And but as far as writing goes, and getting material like that, I think a lot of it came from being in the studio, being in that creative environment.
Yeah.
And half the album is probably written in the studio, just in the weeks around it. So.
And I mean, you guys got a couple of EPs under your belt. When you went into the studio to record, and as you're going in and putting touches on the new record, what have you guys kind of learned that you want to incorporate, or some things that you want to do a little bit differently with the full-length album?
Well, I think there's a lot of different, nuances of music that we haven't really explored, and I think we're really getting into that. We're getting into, our
nuances that EPs in general can't really explore.
Yeah, it's like sounds, soundscaping, creating this environment. I think it's very important for a song to have imagery to it. I think it's important to have, a vision when you create an album, and I think we worked together, and I felt like it really came together very quickly and very well.
And there are a lot of little subtle differences too. Like we changed the location of our recording. Some of the instruments, some of the gear that we had, some of the microphones and whatnot. And I think we just kind of took the production to a different level, which makes it very exciting. And we also have a lot more time to work on this than we did for the EPs.
Yeah, we really tried to capture performances in the studio.
Yeah.
So most of the album is like a live tape in the studio. I think that was really important to us, to create some kind of magical feels, just playing together, getting that on tape.
Yeah.
And that's important to kind of take that live stage mentality and bring it into the studio.
Definitely.
That way, when people hear the record, they're hearing what they would see on a live stage.
Exactly.
And we were a live band way before we were a studio band. That came first. It was quite a while before we really walked in and sat down and started recording songs in a studio.
So after today, what's next? Where are you guys going from here?
No idea.
No idea.
Where are we actually off to?
We have a couple days off, but then we're heading up
sure.
north. We're going actually our days off are in Baltimore because we're heading up to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yeah, up in the northern eastern part of the country.
And we're going to see
for a little while.
home for the first time.
At the end of the tour, yeah.
2 months or so.
We'll be heading back down south to Nashville, and we'll be heading down even further south to the Hangout Festival in Alabama, and then we'll be shooting back.
Man, you know
north
the
to
whole
go home.
schedule.
Yeah, it's
He's
almost like I just knew it.
You look at Master Tour,
Sometimes.
it's an app for all those who aren't aware.